the mix with that rare candy paint job on the whip. I need food for the kids, money for the rent. Fuck a lockdown, baby, I can't do that shit. And I don't never vote, cause I'm fucking broke. And either way, I know the police ain't gon' leave me alone. On a plane by to visit Glen Rockney. Crypto told me I should bring the Glock with me, so I packed up my piece and I'm sliding. Cause we might get caught up in a riot. Middle finger Trump, middle finger Biden. Fuck a left, fuck a right, is you riding? Know you love to see it, dudes rocking. Ain't no politics, baby, we just talking. From the birds to the bricks, we be in the mix with that rare candy paint job on the whip. Who you with?
All right, this is the first time episode of Rare Candy. Crypto Psy has been fired. We're going for more of a representation hire as the new host here, fill in a quota. The boss said we had to, so we thank Crypto Psy for his services. But today I got Chef in the studio. Cheffrey, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just chilling. About to go, driving, dropping off my girl some weed real quick. Gotta keep her high. And,
yes.
Just chilling. Just got off work and shit.
There you go. That's good. I mean, that's a way to take care of it, man. That's good. I'm glad you're doing that.
Big facts.
Big facts. You got to take care of home, man. And so you made our theme song. That's what a lot of people don't realize. It's still new. It's only been
an honor, man.
No, it was crazy because what you don't realize is that I wanted you to do it the whole time, but I wanted you to want to do it. So, and then all of a sudden I seen you tweet that and I was like, lay it on me, man. And you put it in there. The first episode, I believe, was the one where we had the System of the guys on there. It immediately, we got more listeners, I think. I'm pretty sure we did. So, it's a wonderful song. Where can everyone find your music, by the way? Just plug that first.
So you can look me up on any streaming site, Chef CJB. So Apple Music, Amazon fucking Music, Spotify, Soundcloud, all that. And most of my music stuff I do through Instagram, because through Twitter, I want to shit post and shit. I don't want to take Twitter serious. Right. And I keep getting fucking banned on Twitter, so I can't take music seriously on Twitter. Yeah. So I'm on Instagram at Chef CJB. And you can find all my shit pretty much there.
Wonderful. Yeah. And what I find interesting is and I don't know how to characterize your sound. You definitely have a newer sound, right? I would let me just say this. I wouldn't know your politics through your music, which I like. I respect, because if you were rapping if you were rapping about class politics and music, I'd skip. You know what I mean?
Hell no. Yeah. Look, bro, if I was rapping about, this is the thing, music, all arts, all that shit, all that culture shit, as you guys talk about all the time, all that shit is already wrapped up in the capitalist machine or whatever, right? Uh-huh. So if I was to come as an artist and knowing that I have to make money off this shit. So knowing that fact, if I was to come into this as an artist, being I'm gonna rap about Daddy Marks and shit like that, stupid shit like that, that would literally be me taking this shit, watering it down for the audience, making it more accessible, more palatable to the fucking machine or whatever. And a label's not gonna fucking sign some nigga talking about Marx. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to talk about Marx right now, and then I get signed to a label and I stop talking about Marx, nigga switched up.
And they wouldn't pay you. They wouldn't pay you either. They'd be like, "Hey, what's up, man? I know you're a Marxist, so you don't need money, right?" They'd be
right. Yeah, they'd be like, they'll be like, "Oh, Karl Marx, he didn't even work, bro. So if you want to be like your homie,
Yes, exactly. Nah, it's it's crazy. You got any who makes your beats, man? Do you pull them off the internet, or do you have a set of producers or anything like that?
Well, before I used to make all my own beats. And I was let me put this in the hand of people who actually do this all day, every day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So at first I went on YouTube, looked up certain type beats here and there. But I stopped doing that because I feel I don't know if you know about the type beat culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain people who are they have 10K followers or subscribers, should I say, on YouTube. that, and everybody's using their type beats. Like I remember I used this one beat, and next week I heard a different person on that same fucking beat. And I'm not trying to do that shit. So right now, I just like any producers that hit my DMs on Instagram. There's a couple of guys like out here. There's a dude in South Carolina named Sky God. Shouting him out because he's working with me on my new EP, and his shit goes crazy. He's a young dude. There's a dude named Drips. He's like some young white kid. I don't know where the fuck he lives and everything, but he goes hard as fuck. Some Russian kid, like his producer named Chanel. He just sent me like a pack of like 10 beats. It just go crazy. So it's it's just like here and there. Whoever sends me shit, that's what I'll work with.
Wonderful. Yeah. And I will say this, with that free beat culture, you always got to wonder, is it exclusive to me? Is it exclusive? And you know what I mean? And oh yeah, because like you said, you're going to hear somebody 10 times worse rapping on you and with more plays too. You'd be like, God damn it. Do people like this shit more too? Yeah.
Exactly. And dude, that's honestly how producers make their money though. Like if a producer will get you like that, and it's not even nothing wrong with doing that shit, but if you buy a lease for a beat, say I buy a lease, it's like $30 or some shit. He could still sell other leases to other people, but he just won't, or he or she won't. You know what I'm saying? The gender shit. He or she won't fucking sell that beat to other people if they fuck with you type shit. But if you buy an exclusive, that's usually like $500, bro. Like, niggas don't buy exclusives unless they're signed to a label. The label pay for exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna give away the song for free. Yeah, you're gonna give away the song for free. So why am I gonna pay $500 for your, exclusive rights and all that kind of? Yeah, I know it, man. I know it. Like it's a crazy game. Like it's a tough business. But one more thing before we get into what we wanted to talk about. You like autotune, and I'm older.
I love fucking autotune.
So I'm older than you.
Oh yeah.
I was resistant.
I heard about.
What did you hear about?
You was resistant to autotune? Nah. I said I heard one of your other podcasts where you mentioned you were like are you in your 30s?
I just hit 30 a couple months ago. So yeah, I'm hitting my prime years as I like to put it. But
bro, the alpha years, man. Alpha years.
It is. Man. No, trust me, it's better. I mean, like how old are you?
I'm 23, and it sucks dick.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, but again, most people think LeBron's better. So, but anyways,
exactly. And I'm a Kobe fan, so I'm waiting until I turn 24.
Rest in peace, dude. Rest in peace. But what I was gonna say is with autotune, like when it first started, like really popping, like I liked T-Pain, but that was different. That wasn't rap. I was like, that's fine. You want to sing like that? That's cool. You know what I mean? That wasn't rap. But I was such a purist, man. When it first came out, like when Lil Wayne was really like putting that in his music, I was like, what's going on here? But then after a while, I was like, dude, this shit is awesome. And to me, autotune is like cilantro. Like if you make a dish full of cilantro, it's whack. But if you make if you have the right amount of cilantro, if you make, I'm just saying, like if every single song, I don't think I've heard your music. It's not all autotune. You know what I mean? Like it's not all, but you use it. You know what I mean?
Definitely not.
Exactly. So like you put it in there and you put it in there at the right times. And that's what it's like, a good seasoning on something. And your lyrics are still good, is what I mean. The auto-tune doesn't do the work for you.
I appreciate that.
It enhances it, So I want to say, like, you probably grew up like with auto-tune being just like a regular thing. Yeah.
Ever since high school, really. Like, cause I graduated high school 2014. So like right around like freaking 2013, 2012 was really when it hit like hard. Like everybody's using. That's when Migos came out. So when Migos came out, it's like, oh, now everybody's using autotune. You know what I'm saying? Travis Scott coming out. And honestly, the thing I will say about autotune is like when I first started rapping when I was younger, I was a backpack rapper. So I was like Joey Badass. I was like Mac Miller, the lyrical miracle, hysterical miracle, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit.
Awfully Hot Coffee Pot.
I too hated like, right, exactly. But I always hated autotune too. Like when I was younger, like I fucking hated that shit. But, and also because like when I was in community college, I was classically trained like vocally. So like, like we sang operas and shit like that. So I was like, oh, this is real singing right here. So, you know what I mean? But now, like, I don't know, after like hearing certain niggas like come out with their shit, and a lot of SoundCloud niggas, like underground niggas, really know how to use auto-tune. You know what I mean? And like when you go into it recording, knowing how the auto-tune's gonna sound on your voice after, you could do different things with your voice to make it sound cool and shit. Like if you're just singing the song when you're recording and then using auto-tune to correct it because you can't fucking sing. That's bullshit. Like, you're not really doing anything. That's not artistry. But if you know how the shit's gonna sound, if you manipulate your voice while you're recording before you even put the auto-tune on, because you know it's gonna make funky sounds, like, you know, crazy shit. I feel like that's artistry, you know?
Well, that comes from the Roger Troutman days. That comes from the Zap, the Funkadelic, like all that kind of stuff. That where it comes from there, where it was an instrument. Like, your voice was the instrument along with the synthesizer, and it was the two blended together. And like you said, if you're classically trained, even T-Pain, right? T-Pain could sing without auto-tune, right? He might not have had the hits. He might not have had the hits without the auto-tune, but he can sing. You know what I mean? So if your talent's already there, the auto-tune just enhances it, in my opinion. You know, so that's big physics. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's good, man. I wanted to talk about your music too, because like you said, you don't really talk about it on Twitter. You know what I mean? And that's where people that hear you on here, most of the people know you. So yeah, exactly.
Even though I don't talk about my music on Twitter and shit, but like, even like in our sphere of Twitter, like, people are so fucking supportive. Like, when I had my old account with like a couple thousand followers and shit, like this sphere of Twitter, like, you know, the fucking quote unquote post left bullshit. I don't like that label or whatever. No. But they're supportive as fuck. Like all the Fed Post always retweets my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You guys always retweet my shit. Fucking, you know, Noam Chomsky, all the like, you know, hitters, bangers, like Menace, all the niggas mad supportive. So
I thought you meant actually Noam Chomsky. I thought you meant actually Noam Chomsky. So I was like, yo, that would be sick. From his Hotmail account, you send it to his Noam Chomsky.
Facts.
Yeah.
I slid it through to Bree Joy, you know, while they was doing the podcast. You know what I'm talking about? I slid it through to them, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what started the argument, was an auto-tune argument.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that parlays in perfect, because I will say, like you said, we'll call it the post left, because what else do you call it, right? But like the thing with that is they let you be you, right? Like, you listen to us, like we have weird ass takes that don't align with like the regular left. Like, it's different. We have like different health takes, different business type takes and stuff.
Right.
That was fine. Like, that was welcomed. But like the weird dolphin emoji left shit, like with all the flowers and stuff, they don't fuck with that, dude.
Yeah,
like,
they don't fuck with that.
They got too many rules. They got 10 commandments etched in stone. Like, you can't have that. Sorry. But you need to have it, or else you're going into education camps, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Nah, real shit. Bro, radical liberalism, like liberalism itself is a fucking religion, bro. That's gonna be the new Christianity in like 1,000 years. Let's get that off the bat. Like, you know, John Locke's gonna be fucking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? One day. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, but radical liberalism is some other shit, my nigga. Like, especially I hear you talking about the fucking education camps, and they don't actually like different people. They look to pose like they like different people, but they don't actually fucking know any different people.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, these, you know, they all like they put all these different emojis in their shit. But if you'll notice, like, they all have the same fucking different emojis in their, you know what I mean? Like, it's all the same shit. They all just want to fucking belong to something. Like,
yeah, no, it's like they pigeonhole themselves, and I've always, like, I'm fine people being weird. I consider myself weird, but there is like a kind of normal person quality that I think I have. And I think that you have too as well. And they don't like that. And they want to normalize everything else except being normal. And you're like, all right, and like, you know,
bro, normalize cutting off your parents for political reasons. Like, that's some crazy shit. Like, what the fuck?
Cancel your grandma, but be loyal to like this random person on Twitter. Loyal,
right?
Like, unless they say one slur, one off-color joke, then no. But then you're.
Exactly. And if they do say one off-color slur, they have to have all their identity cards stacked up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get it. Like, if they're you know, a bi-POC and they're also in, you know, certain communities sexually, they'll be okay for saying slurs, my nigga. Like,
absolutely.
Azalea Banks could say whatever the fuck she wants, and even she gets canceled. But still, like, she's like, you know, that's somebody who the liberal, like, you know, the liberal culture people should accept, like a black woman. You know what I mean? She gets shit on all the time by her labels and stuff. And before she was accepted, she could say whatever the fuck she wants. I feel like during the Donald Trump era, they really, you know, fucked her over. But yeah, like you're saying, like, real shit.
No, there's rules you have to follow to be accepted. That's the problem. So you'll never have the numbers that you need, because again, what are you going to tell the you know, let's say you have a laborer, like a Mexican day laborer in Texas that has radical politics, but he's like, yo, I don't know about LGBT, man. You know, like, and that what do you say to that person? You know, and if you're a white organizer, you're not letting the Mexican labor into your movement, I question what the movement is.
Hell yes, exactly. It's a social club. Like I think the left or whatever needs to really like look at itself and learn about spectacle, because they like embody spectacle so much with like all the airs that you have to, all these fake abstract rules that you have to live up to in order to fucking be in the club and all that bullshit. They feed spectacle. You know what I'm saying? They're spectacle's fucking kids, and they really need to realize that shit. Or I don't think they're going to realize this. I don't think they give a fuck. You know what I mean? They're doing it on purpose. They love this shit. They love the clout game. They love all this shit. But I don't know. I feel like if not just them, but if we all don't realize like how we are in a society of spectacle and how that shit is running everything, and that's why the main push behind all this rad lib shit we're seeing, we're not gonna be able to do fucking anything. You know what I mean?
No, and I think more and more. I do see more and more people like even coming from that field of like the big emoji left kind of thing. I do see a lot of people kind of dipping their toe in the water into what we're talking about a little bit. I see them kind of like we get followers where they'll follow our account and it'll have all that shit like, M48, all the kind of shit in their bio that I don't, I'm always like that, but I'm like, well, why do you follow me? And I always think it's a trap, but then they start kind of getting into it. I'm like, well, that's fine. You can follow me on the low. You don't have to, you don't have to tell anybody about it. But like, I do see some people going like, hey, I didn't know that there was this, like I didn't know that there, I thought that the boundary ended at this weird left, pro lockdown, but give us money that we're never gonna get type thing. Never gonna get, you'll never get. It's already down to 1,400 right now, and it's like a reverse auction, getting it down to like, oh, next week it'll be 1,200. Let me get 1,000. Do they need that? Do they need that?
Do they need that? They just scammed the stock market. Do they really need that? They just went up off AMC. Bro. Do they need another stimulus check?
I'm surprised that hasn't been it yet, man. Like I know that's what's going in, but I was laughing because one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today was a tweet. I heard Fed Post talking about it too. This one rocked my world, man, because I didn't really know much about this person. This is Cam Marx, Birth Marxist. I'm putting it up for everybody to see. So they put out a tweet.
Oh my God.
And this is about post-revolution. And one thing the left likes to do, the kind of rad lib left, academic-y left likes to do, they always like to talk about post-revolution stuff. Never the fucking revolution, ever. It's always what we're gonna do after, where it's like, all right,
exactly. Spectacle, bro.
Yeah, to steal an idea from COH, COH said, dude, like revolutions last like a long fucking time, man. Like we're not going to be like around. It's probably.
Supposed to be, not very true. Like like they tend to like fantasize this shit. But go ahead, read the tweet.
Post-revolution, former settlers are getting re-educated. Parentheses, if they are re-educatable. Which what does that mean? Yes, that includes settler leftists as well. So the people that in this it's a they them. So I got to make sure in this person's mind. The person that helped them in the revolution's like, yeah, bro, school, you got to go to this camp still. Like that wasn't enough for you fighting side by side, taking out cops with me.
They're going to tell all their, all their white friends, all their fucking, not even just white friends. Cause here's my thing. Settler is not literally just white people. Right. So if you're really going to say settlers, bro, like anybody who came here after, America was already established to find work as a settler. Right. So like all these people that they're standing up for, like, they're not even fucking getting it. Like, immigrants, stand up for immigrants. They're fucking settlers, bro. Like they're coming here to find a better life, just like fucking working class people did, before when, after Christopher Columbus, all these motherfuckers. So like I consider myself a settler too. Even though, the history of slavery and all that shit, but I have an all right life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the fucking, homeless and all that shit. So I feel like I'm considered a settler. I'm an American person. My father was in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I consider myself a settler. So this guy's saying this, or this person's saying this, and they're fantasizing pretty much about like locking up white people. When people say settler, they mean white people.
Of course,
that's all they mean.
Of course,
you know what I mean. So they're fantasizing about locking people up based on their race, bro. Their race.
Yeah. No, it's
re-educating them based on their fucking race, bro. That shit is insane. And I don't understand how more people don't fucking. How are you retweeting this, liking this, following this fucking person? This dude blocked me, by the way, when I had my first account. They blocked me because I called them out on some other race baity bullshit, and they blocked me. They didn't want to hear it.
I'm sure that went well. I'm sure that went over well. Yeah, with that person. God.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I picture.
No, it's just crazy, man.
I picture Cam Marxist driving around in a cop car doing the new age 2021 cops on Fox. Bad boys. Yeah, just locking up settlers. Yeah, just.
You're a settler. You're all fucking settlers.
Yeah, just oh my God, man.
It's crazy.
Like no, and like for me, I'm not the person like even. I'm not the person to ever deny white privilege. Like for me and you and I get pulled over and you get pulled over. It's going to go different every time. I understand that. Yeah. I understand that. And I don't like understand why even some people I see that are like beyond that point on the left, they almost try to blur racial lines because they think they have to, because the left is like a race essentialism. It's not true. I don't ask anyone to give up their identity. Right. I don't ask anyone to not like their culture. We don't need to be some robot people. That's not what I'm saying to be. But like, come on, man. Like, what? The revolution's done. You have everything you want, and you're like, nah, jail time though. Like,
put these motherfuckers in there.
And what is the class?
These motherfuckers up.
What is the class? Right. That's what I asked. What are you teaching me? Bro. What are you teaching me? Like, because I already did what you wanted. Yeah, because I already did what you wanted.
Exactly. And what they don't realize, bro, is like they like, oh, this is my problem. Like, okay, so like I don't really adhere to any one political ideology, right? But I first got radicalized through anarchism, right? Mm-hmm. And like there's a lot of critique of anarchism that I could make personally as a person who like believed in a lot of that shit. But I came in as an anarchist, and I'm more into like just building economic populist power now, right?
Hello.
But I noticed a lot about like fucking these LARPers, like how a gay stepdad called them anarchoids, and we'll say Marxoids for the fucking Marxist-Leninist LARPers are out here, right? They fucking walk around and they think that, number one, they think that they're going to be the ones to have enough power to do the revolution, right? So any quote-unquote revolution bullshit that happens, AOC is going to be leading that, not you, motherfucker. It's not going to be us. You know what I'm saying? Any fucking social movement that happens is going to be led by a bunch of fucking influencers, fucking, you know what I'm saying, that are not actually connected to these issues and shit like that. So if anything actually happens, AOC is going to be the one teaching the classes, those type of people, these radical motherfuckers. It's not going to be, fucking hardcore Marxist-Leninists. It's not going to be hardcore class-based analysis people. You know what I'm saying? And they already tried to do that shit with the 1619 project. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right.
And it seems like this is Lib's whole thing, right wing and left wing, right? Yeah, right wing and left wing. That's how you say it. Right wing and left wing libs. Their whole thing is like they fantasize not only about a one party state, but about re-educating people, like a totalitarian culturally state, right? Because at this point, right wing and left wing liberals don't argue on anything economic. They agree that capitalism this is how we should be doing it. They agree that, you know what I'm saying, the only disagreements they have over it is culture. So the fucking right-wing libs want to, take over the state and make everybody, to their type of lifestyle. And these left-wing liberals want to do the same fucking thing. And they don't follow their ideology all the way to the conclusions that it will happen. And you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, you're right. And what like I laugh at it the most is we have a person who listens to us, and this guy had us on, and he's like a super race essentialist black guy from I want to say from Alabama, and he swears that we're just trying to like we're a wolf in sheep's clothing, like just nah, man, like you underneath the
Nazgul vortex,
underneath the Nazgul vortex. So his whole thing is like, yo, like Amazon, if Amazon puts Black Lives Matter, Amazon's on my side. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And the other day I put something on Twitter where I was like, hey, identity politics, like, I'm not asking you to give up your identity, just saying what I just said. And he was like, wow, these anti-ed poll people have a mental disorder. I was like, well, all right, man. Well, I'm not going to come on and discuss on your show anymore, like about shit. If you're just going to say I'm mentally ill, man. Like, that's
just going to call me fucking retarded.
He can't even call me that. That's the funny. He can't even insult.
He won't say that.
He can't even insult me the way that I know. He can't even say it the way he wants to say it. That's the funny part. And so, I kept telling him, I said, look, the reason I focus on economics is because I would love for person-to-person racism to be gone. I would love it.
Yeah.
But it won't. How do you do it? How do you do it without serious totalitarianism? Like, how do you do it?
Exactly. They don't understand, bro. They like liberals are literally breeding grounds for what they claim to fight. Fascism.
And he says he's a communist. He said he's a communist too. That's the cold part. I don't even say I'm a communist. A
lot of people who say they're communists are fucking libs, man.
I know. It like more than libs, like because they want
more than libs, exactly, because they're LARPing.
It's crazy,
exactly.
Bro. Like,
and honestly, I don't know the guy you're talking about. Like, I definitely am not like a shit talker, like about people who are like, you know, like fucking like our class, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure this guy is not fucking, you know, the owning class or anything like that. So I don't want to like really rag on this nigga or anything, but like I do understand that race is essentialist shit, especially being black, like especially since they're like breaking down every single form of community that any of us have. They're breaking down every single form of community that any of us have. So like the last thing that as black people we cling to is the black community. But when you realize it, bro, the black community, number one, doesn't exist how it used to. Because before we couldn't live in the places with anybody else. It was segregated by law. It wasn't segregated by class. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's not even set up how it was before, like how, you know, MLK and all of them were preaching to the black community. And at the same time, they're breaking down literally every form of community we have. So we're getting more and more atomized, and we're clinging to the dead parts of what we used to have. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
100%.
As a black person, I've definitely been there. Like, bro, before I fucking followed CRK, I was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I was hell like that, you know? And I really feel bad for a lot of people, especially people like me, like black people that are fucking on this identity-based shit, solely shit, because like they're continually going into a project that has no fucking, that you can't achieve the fucking end goal. You cannot eliminate racism. That's a person-to-person thing. The only way you could possibly eliminate racism is to fucking, I don't know, brainwash everybody or wipe out the race that you claim. You know what I'm saying? That's the only possible, you know? Like, well,
it's like the Trump era. Like, look at the people who have jobs because of the Trump era. And they swear Trump keeps them up at night, gives them ulcers and shit like that, but they have a job. Jeff Tiedrick, the Aaron Rupars, the guys like that who basically just live in Trump's replies. What are they doing? They already don't have jobs now. There's nothing. CNN's ratings are down 44%. I feel the same way with the race essentialist kind of like upper class people, where it's like, if racism's gone, they don't have a job.
Right.
So I don't know if they want it to end. Like, you know, and I'm not saying they want racist things to happen to them. I'm saying more so like, if I don't have anything to talk about, I went to school for liberal fucking arts. You know what I mean? Like that, I'm saying that in their perspective. Like, what else? Where I'm not taking.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm creating work for myself.
Right. No, literally, this I always seen through 2020. I mean, even before 2020, but I really started paying attention like during 2020. They all this shit is like self-work programs. You know what I mean? Like making work for like like all these nonprofits, NGOs, all these shits, all these anti-racist things. Like like I feel like they know you can't end racism. Like you can't, like there's nothing you can do. So like how you said, they're creating work for themselves. Like all these fucking journalists, all these people, like even folks on the other side too, like even MAGA niggas, they're doing that same shit.
Absolutely.
Because you cannot get rid of fucking queer people. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot get rid of any of this shit. So like just liberalism in itself is just a project that has no fucking real agenda except for an agenda that it doesn't know it's going towards. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Yeah. No. And you so like what's funny is the guy I was speaking on earlier, if he listens to this, and there's a chance he might, if he listens to this, he's gonna be like, damn man, you interviewed Sheriff David Clark. You know what I mean? Like, no, but real talk, there's no nuance. There's no nuance. You bringing up just class just means like, hey, you're talking with that white guy about class. You fell for his little spell. No, it's right. Insane, dude.
It's true.
It's true.
It's crazy.
I come from like, I wasn't even a rad lib. I was a fucking lib for a long time. Like just a regular lib. Like, and look, I was the things that used to get me charged was like when I would see stuff like the Trayvon Martin thing happen and Oscar Grant. Oscar Grant was in the Bay Area too, especially. So I was like, damn, dude, we got to do something about this. And in my head, the reason I see these youngsters now, these young leftists, they still see that path go through the Democrats, right? They still see that path of like, this is how we stop this. Even though you bring up, you know, Kamala's police record and all that kind of stuff, doesn't matter. And
doesn't matter.
I try to get people off that path, man, because that's what even the leftists, man, they still see it like, well, what are you going to be MAGA? It's like, no, dude, I'm trying to find apolitical people who don't feel inspired by the political system, the two-party system. Trying to find them, get them excited about some core principles, and then we move from there. Like, it doesn't have to be. I'm not trying to get a guy to throw his MAGA hat away in the trash and join me. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. That's probably not going to happen. He's too far gone, and just like the libs are too far gone. I'm trying to find these apolitical, like Joe Rogan ass motherfuckers, like that just listen to Joe Rogan. Like, that's who I appeal to, right? That's who we appeal to. Like, and I don't understand why people think it's like you're like, it's almost like you. They like, do you ever hear from people like other black people saying like, do you turn your back on like black people like when you talk like this, or no?
Bougie black people. That's the thing, bro. Like, all my niggas is like bro, all my niggas is from the hood, bro. Like, everybody I fuck with is from. That's the thing about like a lot of these educated motherfuckers, like these like hoity-toity ass. I don't like talking to like, man, people gonna say some shit, but I don't like talking about other black people in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the system. It's the system that does this shit, right? So like, fucking like these hoity-toity fucking blacks and shit like that pretty much led the whole BLM shit this entire time and did not spread the money. All those motherfuckers, they don't live in this shit, bro. Like, I used to live in the projects, bro. Like, I lived in the place where I go downstairs to pick up my Grubhub, and there's cops standing at the doors. Like, they're always there. There's a floodlight at the end of the block, and they're making sure they're like surveilling us, bro. Like, it's like occupied fucking, you know, occupied territory. As they always talk about, you know, this is a colonial land, this is occupied land, but they don't fucking live that real life of niggas actually in the hood, niggas actually fucking being occupied. You know what I'm saying? So like, anytime like a black person that is like online, or like even like is in the whole media sphere, they make money off this media shit, and they try to talk some shit to me as in like, oh, you don't care about black people. It's like, no, you don't fucking care about black people, bro. Because if you cared about black people, you would care about class, because that's what's affecting most black people. Most black people live in the fucking hood, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And they work. Most black people stay in and work.
Yeah. Exactly. It's workers, right? Exactly, bro. And it blows my mind when I feel like that's just a deflection for them to save face. You know what I'm saying? It's an easy thing. Like, you know how it's easy to call somebody a fascist. It's easy to call somebody a white supremacist. Nazi. It's easy to call somebody Nazi. It's easy to call somebody a coon. It's easy to call, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to say somebody shucking and jiving. You know, it's very easy. But to me, it's always like, bro, you're fucking shucking and jiving. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kamala Harris, she's fucking shucking. You know what I'm saying? She's out here tap dancing and fucking turning her back on black people. You know what I'm saying? Even fucking Hannah, the person behind the 1619 project, they're the ones who are actually turning their back on us. You know what I'm saying? Just filling their pockets through these fucking self-work programs and shit. So when people say like that, it just really wipes off my shoulders, because it's like, bro, that just shows you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, this AOC shit is crazy, man.
Fucking crazy, dude. Fucking insane, my guy. They're trying to make her a martyr.
A martyr. Yeah. This was kind of like, it's like Remember the Alamo for her or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. So
yeah,
go ahead.
They're acting like they were the Spartans in 300, the last stand.
Yeah,
exactly. Like they were just, you know.
Yeah, and so what happened was, you know, we've talked about it a little bit on this pod before, but with the Capitol, you know, riots that happened on January 6th, if we take it back to like AOC's first take right after that, she tweeted, "I'm okay." I remember saying that. Like, she just goes, "I'm okay. I'm good. Hey, I'm good." Everyone's like, "Oh, wow."
Everybody's worried. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. We were kind of like, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was kind of my reaction. Hey, all right. And then, nice. So that happens, and then we're getting to the trauma part later. What she gets into right after it was like Google, Apple, Parler, Amazon. What's going on? Yes. What are we gonna do? Sure. Are we gonna how can you let this stand? I almost died. Blah blah blah. All this kind of shit. So like, she went straight to corporate censorship right after That's I'm okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Before anything, honestly, yeah. before like national security, any other way. She went straight to corporate censorship.
Yeah,
which is right in her her ballpark, you know, because she's like the social media queen. You know what I mean? She's like an internet personality. So
absolutely.
That's really where the she could like really get her control and shit.
Yeah, and she basically so then after that, people are just assuming. I don't know. Most of people that I associate with, I've curated my Twitter timeline to be not an echo chamber, but somewhat of a. When it comes to AOC, it's an echo chamber. I think a lot of us agree on the timeline. As we should, yeah, because we can't, yeah. The dissenting opinions on that are people I don't want to be anywhere near. But what people were saying were kind of like, oh, here we go. She's gonna drum this shit up. They're all gonna drum this shit up. They're gonna make it seem like a legit terrorist attack. Like I remember you mentioning that you seen the CIA or I don't know if he was an ex-CIA guy or something like that. It was on CNN or MSNBC talking about we need to lock down everything. Like this is going to be crazy. We need to do
ISIS is about to get emboldened by this. Al Qaeda's going to attack because they see how easy it is to attack the Capitol. So ISIS is about to, yeah, man, they're going crazy.
Yeah, and well, so the funny thing about that too is like, what do you think? The people who stormed the Capitol, what do you think their opinion of ISIS is?
Right. They probably think AOC is ISIS. That's why they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they call, what's her name? Dang, I feel bad. There's that Somali congresswoman.
Ilhan Omar, yeah.
Yeah. They always call her ISIS, blah, blah, stuff like that. They hate that shit. Like,
yeah, why would they embolden ISIS?
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, I would argue the people in the Capitol building, some of those people emboldened ISIS more than the people who stormed it.
Ooh, they kind of like started and funded ISIS, but
yeah,
you know what I mean, like all the people in that building, all the people they run with, you know, they're ISIS's best friends.
100%. And so then we get to after a little bit dies down again. That was kind of Trump was still president at that point, January 6th. So that was kind of like the way I saw it was no matter how the election went, if that were to have happened, there was going to be a way to get Trump out, right? Like, there like it was, even if Trump won, even if look, the Time Magazine article, I don't even want to touch on that too much that just happened because I haven't really gone through it that crazy, but they basically just were like, hey, the election, it's kind of rigged, but that's a good thing, and here's why. And that was a good way. Yeah, they're like, this is what we did. We did the little South America coup in our own country this time. That's what we did. So no big deal.
Right. But, it's just the soft way. Right.
Yeah, not bad.
They pretty much said the election was rigged, but it was by the Avengers, so it's okay. You know?
Yeah, we did it in your favor. We rigged it in the everyday citizen. We rigged it in your favor. And so all these people, you know, I still think the Capitol storming was still much electorally speaking. I don't think it had a lot of material interest to it personally. I know there were some people saying that it was. Some people were interviewed on the sideline. One guy was like, "Hey, I want my $2,000 check." I still think it was a stop the steal thing, but nonetheless, what happened for a while was, look, Trump's out of there. Biden inauguration happens, but now they're still not letting that go. That Capitol thing. Because there's still more juice in that lemon, right? That you can squeeze. Like you don't just toss that lemon, right? You can still make a little bit more lemonade out of that lemon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I feel like they're it seems to me like as if they're trying to retroactively punish everything that had to do with Trump in an excuse to further like state power. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like go back and punish everybody and everything that had anything to do with that in order to just, take over the entire state.
Well, they never want another outsider again, I think. Is kind of what is kind of the precedent I think that's being set is, look, you could try it. You know, some of these weird, like goofy venture capitalist guys, like you could try it. But if you try to do what he did, we're going to do this 10x to you next time, tenfold.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be bad. Be lucky if you're even alive, type thing. And So then AOC, the whole time she's been used as the Zoomer, kind of reach out to the Zoomers on Instagram Live, doing live streams. She's on Twitch a lot with, even after the Wall Street thing, she hops on Twitch with the head of Robinhood, and she's like going back and forth with him on some shit. I'm like, come on. And so she goes on Instagram Live just a couple days ago and was just talking, recounting the what happened. Like, oh, the cops, the cop was checking on me in the stall. I was freaked out. I really felt like I was so scared. I felt like I was gonna die. I really thought this was gonna be it. If this was the plan. And she kept saying, if this was the plan, hey, why don't you trust the plan, first of all? And
right. Come on, AOC.
Why don't you trust the plan? And second off, she says, oh, I thought I was gonna die. But now I will say, and I know this was done by some right-wing people, they kind of debunked it, right? So tell me what you know about it being kind of debunked, about her actually being in harm's way, right? Or lack thereof.
Right. So I do know for a fact that she was not in the main Capitol building that got stormed. You know what I mean? For me, it's irrelevant if she was scared or not, right? Because she's an agent of the state, so it doesn't matter if she was scared or not, right? She should be scared. Like all these politicians should be scared. So that does not matter. So she was not in the main Capitol building that was raided. That was the main Capitol building that they went through all these articles that went through and broke down the attack on the Capitol. They all, the insurrection. This is how it happened, step by step. All of them only mentioned the Capitol building, and they mentioned the DNC headquarters and the Republican headquarters, because there were 2 pipe bombs planted by both of those. Now, the building that AOC was in, she claimed she was in a colleague's building in their office. Their office is not in the main Capitol building. It is in the Capitol complex, which is a couple of buildings surrounding the main Capitol building, but not the Capitol building itself, not what was getting stormed. What it is close to the RNC headquarters, which the pipe bomb was planted by. So my assumption is the real story that happened is the cops came in there because they knew that the bomb was in the fucking building next door, right? So they came in there, knocking on the doors. Where is she? Where are they? Blah, blah, blah. She got spooked maybe at first, and then she realized, oh, it's the cops. They came in to get me, and they're good. They were good. You know what I'm saying? There was nobody breaking into those buildings. There was no reporting of any of those buildings being broken into. I remember when it was happening, they live reported the building that AOC claimed she was in. Well, she actually was in. The building that she was in was getting evacuated before it really got crazy. So it's really like it's kind of like they're retrospectively going back and amping it up to make it seem like they were way more in harm's way than they were. You know what I mean? And it's all an excuse.
Yeah. And then so then we get to these hearings, right? Was it a hearing that was coming on later with all the reps and people involved? The squad was there because Rashida Tlaib goes on this 3-minute rant. She was almost trying to I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie Bridesmaids, but where Kristen Wiig and then the new friend that Maya Rudolph has, they're trying to compete at the bridal shower. They're trying to compete for telling stories with each other about how good of friends they are with each other, going back and forth. That's kind of I feel like it's like that with Trauma with Rashida Tlaib and AOC. They're going back and forth. Rashida Tlaib goes on and stuff, and then we come to find out she wasn't there either.
She wasn't at all, huh?
No.
I was wondering where the fuck did that come from? I don't even remember you saying you were there at any point of this fucking, you know what I'm saying? This whole debacle.
No, not once. And then I have one tweet, which I mean, honestly, we talk about betas a lot, and it's all empirical data that we do. It's not
right.
Exactly. We're not here to judge. It's just more so if what is our machine view as beta? What is our machine view as alpha? It's with Cambridge Analytica. You guys wouldn't get it.
We worked on this formula for a long time.
Smart people shit. It's fine. Cool. I'd rather not bore you with it personally. But the this is a Michael Tracy tweet. And it goes, Rep Dean Phillips is tearfully apologizing to AOC for previously failing to recognize his privilege. This is the business of the House of Representatives now. All right, I'm going to say it now because Jesse Lee Peterson's not here. Beta. And then also, when did these turn into DSA meetings?
Right. Right, exactly.
Point of privilege. I would like to apologize to Rep Cortez, Rep Ocasio-Cortez. I did not recognize my male privilege. Please speak.
Right,
I don't want to speak. I'm scared to speak now. Yeah.
Yo, it's so crazy. And I had a couple of thoughts about that because when I saw that shit, it really blew my mind for a couple of reasons, right? Mm-hmm. Mainly one reason because it's like, okay, so say this guy isn't full of shit and he actually is saying, oh, I recognize whatever privilege, that he may assume he has, right? Because he is a white guy and he is like a House representative guy. He does have privilege over us.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if he's really just now realizing what kind of privilege he has in life, what the fuck have you been doing in our government for this entire time? Right. Why are you apologizing to AOC instead of apologizing to, if you want to apologize to black and brown people, apologize to the motherfuckers that live in your district that you obviously haven't given a fuck about since you just now realizing
the ones the cops don't check on. Works. Yeah, the ones the cops don't check on in the bathroom stall. They just maybe start doing other things.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The ones when the cops check on you in the bathroom stall is to fucking take you to prison. You know what I mean?
Right. Or something worse.
Christ.
Or something worse. Yeah, no, trust me. Like,
or something worse.
I was exactly. Sorry, go on. You had a couple other thoughts. My bad.
Yeah, and my only other thought, one other thought I was really thinking about with this is like I grew up real Christian and shit, and so like the way it works is like a lot of times in service you'll have people go up and they'll be like, this is my testimony. This is all the shit I've been through. This is how fucked up my life. This is all the shit I've been through, but God helped me get through it, and now I'm safe, and now I got through it. And this is, a testimony as why you should also trust God and believe in God. It reminded me of this so much because they're going up there and they're like, oh man, these insurrectionists, these evil people almost got us. They almost got us. They almost took us down, but the state saved us. The state saved us. So you guys should trust in the states to save you from these people. And it really, I feel like it really goes back so far as into like, a lot of things with religion and a lot of things with the state are in the language of debt, right? So naturally, all humans, I feel like, feel indebted to other humans, you know what I mean? Like, whether it be to their ancestors or to be to, like, their offspring and the next generations and stuff. Sooner or later, through, like, maybe, like, semi-natural forces and, like, state forces, the emergence of markets and stuff, like, they replace that debt you owe to society, to humans with a debt you owe to God and a debt you owe to society. And that turns into the state, right? So like it seems like it's just like they replace having solidarity with other people like you, with having solidarity with these state operatives, like these congresswomen and stuff like that, because they feel like we've been through this, we did this, and we did it for you. We did it for you. We're on the front lines for you. Now you owe us. You feel what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. They're trying to make themselves like martyrs, like how I said, like liberalism is going to be Christianity one day. Like these people are going to be saints one day. You know what I mean? Like
facts. AOC is going to be on a coin one day.
Oh, hell yeah!
Maybe a coin. They're going to flip it heads or tails to who does the kickoff, who receives. It's gonna be rough, man. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and just on AOC, like. Man, how the last year for me of her has just been nuts, man. Like just where I was a year ago, and I was definitely kind of like, okay, let's see what she's got. Let's see what she's got, because all right, I'm in. Right? She was kind of crowned by everybody that needed to be crowned. That needed, she got the respect from people that I was like at the time, like, okay, perfect. Like this is what we need. A lot of the left media and really got behind her. And I'm trying to think, what has she done?
She kept Amazon out of her district, but here's the thing: she kept the Amazon out of her district. But the thing is, like, there is still Whole Foods and like shit like that, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Amazon website, like you can't stop Amazon from coming in here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see exactly. So yeah, but what, like, that's what I'm saying, and maybe it's unfair because I see some people that might be kind of like rad libby, kind of leftoid people saying, well, why she's better than such and such. And I go, okay, one, I'll disagree with you because she has that mirage of progressiveness that's tough to get by. When there's a neoliberal there, I know completely what to be. I will never get fooled by a neoliberal ever again. I don't think I'll get fooled by a fake socialist ever again. But at the time, I got fooled by a fake socialist, and
Very easily, yeah.
because of her, now I won't be fooled by that. But like, if Joe Manchin had beat her, I'd have been like, all right, well, you know, we got this guy in here, and this guy sucks, and I know for a fact he's gonna suck. We're gonna get garbage, and any of that, and I don't think people would have wasted money behind Joe Manchin the way they wasted money behind AOC, you know, and I don't think Joe Manchin would be the sheep herder that AOC is for the DNC for getting the left to vote for Biden and stuff. So then the other thing is they'll say, why are you so hard on her? She doesn't have a lot of support and all that stuff. I go, well, that's the cross you bear as a progressive politician. I hold you to a higher standard. When you say you represent what I believe in, I hold you to a higher standard. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you, but you're running you're running for a small group of people, and that small group of people have to be represented in the right way, or else that's your ass. It's not unconditional love.
Very true. Very true. And it's crazy that these people, like, as soon as it's like a freaking, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you ever heard of like the panopticon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the panopticon, like it's like a jail where everybody's in. So like, I feel like we kind of live in that, but instead, like, everybody thinks that the tower in the middle is good, and it's there to protect them, and it's there to, you know, keep them safe, and there to bond and, you know, be friends with and everything. And it's crazy because, like, I like how you say people be like, oh, why you coming for her? She doesn't have a lot of support. I don't know. I call BS on that, bro. She has hella fucking support. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody loves AOC. Like, and just the fact that when you criticize her, like, everybody comes at you for that. That shows how much fucking support she has. No, there's no other politician that has that type of support besides maybe fucking only Joe Biden and Kamala only had that because it was an election year. You know what I mean? Like the K-Hive was only like that because it was election year. AOC has the biggest digital army of any, bigger than Trump's digital army. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd agree. Yeah, I'd agree. No, you're right. I don't. One thing I find weird about all of it is she's using this to get out of a stimulus package, or at least fighting for it, right? Because I don't know if she's going to necessarily fight against it, but I think she's able to distract people, because what the left has been conditioned to do is the left has been kind of watered down to not really crave material, you know, stuff. They've been well, trauma. We can't say anything about trauma because I've listed 7 traumas in my bio. So how could I? How could I fight against that, right? And well, you know, that's why I think she's so dangerous, man. That's why I think she's so dangerous, because it's like she has that Mario star. She has that like that kind of infinite power thing, and she's playing this like a fiddle. And I gotta say, politically, right, from like a Netflix House of Cards perspective, I'm like, yo, man, like she's doing this really well. She's doing the politics really well, like better than we've ever seen anybody do it. And that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's very bad. And it's crazy because, like, anybody that I feel like anybody that, like, who people really criticize, like actual criticism, actual analysis, like any politician that we actually criticize, they all are actually good politicians in those type of terms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. They know what they're doing. They're good at branding and everything. Like I said this before, like AOC was part of a entrepreneur incubator in the Bronx, like the Sunshine, the Bronx Sunshine Incubator, for like helping entrepreneurs with their branding, with their self-identity coming across as a brand and everything. So she knows this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that Twitch shit, all that shit is soft power. You know what I mean? It's like it's that soft state power right on you, you know, like to get you like I don't know if you ever seen the videos of the soldiers over in Afghanistan, like dancing with the people that they're occupying their land before telling them to go in their house and shit. It's just like that. You see the police doing it the same thing, and like police when there's riots, you see police dancing with certain people and stuff. It's the same concept. Yeah, it's nuts. It's like crazy. Watering it down. I was like, I was like so speaking of that, I was so involved with the BLM shit here, and like I remember like people marched over to the police station or whatever. I didn't fucking go with them, and the police kneeled with them or whatever, right? They marched back, they came back, whatever, we're chanting everything. Them same police came over and fucking pepper sprayed us and shot us with tear gas and everything like that. And that's the same shit. Like, they're all the state, you know what I mean? And AOC is gonna turn around and fucking shoot us with the fucking tear gas, you know? Fuck. you imagine that? Like a
Jesus.
the big tear gas vessel thing just says drink water and don't be racist, and she throws it at you. And you're fucking
Oh
squirming on
shit.
the round, just like, yeah, but it's better because she did it,
Right,
and
it's better.
it's better. And yeah, it's like you said, she wasn't a fucking bartender, dude. I mean, like maybe she was for
Right.
a hot second.
Right, right.
The same way Paris Hilton was a DJ. Right. I remember seeing Paris Hilton had the unplugged. She had the unplugged mixer and she was DJing like for like charging like 6 figures.
Oh yeah.
Which respect, honestly. If someone's gonna pay you to do that,
the grip
do it.
is very the grip
respect.
is very commendable.
But that's the same concept. But this is like, I don't know. I would say AOC has a more important job than Paris Hilton DJing. So like that's the
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's true. It's up for debate.
Like...
Got a little pushback on that. Yeah, but she. I don't know, man. Like I'm nervous at the amount of defense because she's found the way to where she can't be criticized by her own people, right? And that's through trauma. Right. That's I've gone through this. Like she can milk this as long as she wants. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, exactly. And like she linked like a sexual assault to it. Like there were threats put by journalists, and I'm not gonna ever downplay whatever she did through sexual assault or whatever happened to her. Like that, I'll fully believe it. I have no problem.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not saying that there isn't lingering trauma with that at all. But
the
Capitol building, and most people aren't on Instagram Live right after a tragic event. That's one thing I've noticed about like I know people who harbor trauma, and I know everybody's different. People harbor that, like they sit on that for a long time.
Right.
Won't speak on. If you're feeling for your life, you're like, hey, I'm not trying to talk about this right now. Sorry.
Exactly.
Like,
when you're in that trauma triggered state, it's fight or flight. It's not fucking let me dance to music on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Wow, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was FaceTiming Chrissy Teigen through the whole thing, and Chrissy talked me through it, and yeah, she. But yeah, like no, I don't know, man. Like, and we're paying these people. Michael Tracy said it in the thread. These hearings that are basically group therapy for these representatives, that people that were at the Capitol, we're paying for this.
Yes,
this costs taxpayer money. It's confirmed. It's not. This isn't like they could have done this on Zoom,
right? Easily.
They could have done this on Zoom, put it on YouTube. Whoever wanted to watch them cry, fine, that could have happened.
Whatever, yeah, that's your choice. Exactly.
Yeah, but no, they subsidized their trauma, and therapy isn't subsidized for common people, by the way.
Not for us. I've never been to therapy because I can't fucking afford it, dude. Like,
you can't afford exactly, and then what happened to working people in the last year? I'd say if it was a stock market, it'd be crashing right now, right? It'd be kind of bearish, it'd be hibernating at this point. Right. And what can we do about that? Do we get that? Do we get that? The people that lost their jobs, people who've been locked down by the state, people like whether you're for that or against that, I'm just saying it's usually if you're for that, if you're for the lockdown, you should at least be hoping for the relief for at least these people to have some avenue for that. So you know, even though I'm completely on the other side of that, none of this shit should be happening. This isn't happening the way it's supposed to be happening. And that's all. And the problem is the left will not push back against people who are basically mining their own trauma.
Right. And even worse than that, they won't push back. They'll actually carry water for them. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like we have effectively transferred the guilt and the debt from like them to us from them. You feel what I mean? So like when all these lines are blurred, all the line between the state and the subjected people is blurred. It's not there. The line between the ruling class and the underclass and the operating class is blurred. It's not there. All the lines that are there is like how we saw in the video. The nigga was like, I apologize for not knowing my privilege as a white man. Those are the only lines that are there. Is race, sex, like, you know what I'm saying? Like social identity things. So now it transfers it from AOC apologizing to you for not giving you Medicare for all and for not giving you a 2K check and for not standing up and fighting for you, to you apologizing to her for not recognizing your privilege. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking sinister shit. And not only does you know the fucking lib left fucking not push back on it, they run the water for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's insane.
Yeah, no, they'll be in like every tweet, I'll see somebody in there like calling her out, and then boom, 50 of the same people. We all know what they look like. All the Twitter profiles, they'll just be on your head, on your head. It's like the Beehive or Bayhive, whatever that is. And, K-Hive, K-pop, all that shit.
Yeah.
You'll see the same people. Some of those people I think probably fuck with both of those things, honestly. And they'll be in there and they'll just be on your head. And then I'll like, I don't know, man. Like why can't we get some? Why can't during this time? It's so rough right now. It's so rough. The Democrats have all the power right now. So even when Trump was in power, like that was all they had to say. We can't do that.
We can't do nothing. Yeah.
We can't do nothing. Now they can, and now they're just leaning on shit like this. And I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if this is going to be the whole Biden before he passes the torch to Kamala. I'm wondering if this is going to be just what the Biden presidency is all these huge catastrophic events to basically make you realize, like, dude, Biden had a GQ cover. Did you see Biden's GQ cover?
God, and it was horrendous. It was scary as fuck.
It was so many things wrong with it, but like that's going to be his presidency. It's just like him be like, look, he's cool. It's like, what? You know, and first off, not even cool. The picture that like you didn't even like. You should be putting him like playing chess or like doing some like real old man shit. You know, like doing a crossword puzzle. Like, oh man, just doing a crossword puzzle.
Doing a colonoscopy or something. You
I'm
know
watching.
Like,
I'm watching Blackish and I'm doing a crossword puzzle. Like, you know, and just something like that. Just some random. You know, that Anthony Hamilton Anderson. Oh, he's great. I love him. Love him. Yeah, he's just fantastic. And so it should be things like that. But this is going to be when liberals are in power. They always want to have a way to not do something, and this is the new way. MAGA attacked us. Exactly. Insurrection, domestic terrorism, and shit, man. And
it's fucked up.
You and I talked about this once, but AOC does drugs.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, bro. The video where she is explaining her fucking trauma or whatever, she's definitely like high.
On the purest of pure that we don't have access to. That's the real problem.
We can't get that shit.
That's the real problem.
Exactly. That's the real divide right there. They get the good coke straight from Colombia. Yeah. We get the bullshit.
My shit's bleeding. There's Comet in it. Like I'm I don't know, man. I can't. I just all this shit sucks, man. Fuck. So
yeah, now see, I lived in Brooklyn for a long time. New York State is my home. Like I lived in New York State for like 10, 12 years. So like when she's like, at first, that's how she got me, bro. That's how she got me. I'm a bartender from Queens. Like I thought that was some real shit. But she checks off all the boxes, but people will not look into the shit that she's really trying to do. Like people don't know she's part of a legislation to shut down Rikers. So you know Rikers, the jail in New York. Mm-hmm. So she's part of a plan to shut down Rikers and replace what's on Rikers Island. They want to build like a renewable energy power plant type shit, right? So that sounds great. Like I'm down for that, right? So they want to close Rikers, but then replace Rikers with 4 new jails, one in each borough. So they so they're literally using this Green New Deal bullshit as like, yo, we're gonna do some environmental shit and we're gonna hire some of the convicts that we leave out to work on our renewable energy plant. But also we're gonna come into your neighborhood and open 4 fucking new jails. 4 fucking new jails.
You know who did
that? She's a dumb defund the police person.
Yeah, and you know who did that? Not the same thing, right? Because it wasn't dressed up as much. Kamala Harris, where I'm from in California, she had the firefighter. She goes, look, we're gonna all the California fires that have been going on in California. We're gonna have inmates put out the fires, and like a lot of the like older people were like, that's great, put them to work, dude. They were making like fucking like a cent an hour, and the coldest part about it all, not even what you're making, right? Because you're in jail, you're getting 3 meals a day, like whatever, like you could get by on that. But the coldest part about it is in that contract you signed to work, you can never become a firefighter when you get out. Never. Doesn't matter. Even if you were the best firefighter of all time, even if they saw you put out like, damn, I'm gonna put out like 6 fires at once, doesn't matter.
Wow.
Like, so it's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. She dressed it up a little more because it's the buzzwords that the left wants, you know, like the renewable energy, shut down prisons, you know. It's a scam, dude. We're getting scammed.
Right.
Like,
It's crazy. And the thing that like is crazy to me, like how you said like they paid them like 1 cent an hour and all that shit. Like people, she's talking about she like wants to like redo all the race shit, but a lot of those fucking inmates are black and brown people, bro. Like
Hello.
like not. I'm not gonna say. You can hear me?
Yeah. No, I'm saying hello. Like I agree. My bad. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. You took me back to church for a second, bro. Like, but she, you know what I'm saying? Like Kamala Harris is responsible for a lot of the shit that these people pretend that they're against. Like they think they're against this shit. Like, but they're not really against it. They're for it. They're for it. And like that's like everybody says that's modern day slavery, and I believe that that's modern day slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all fucking captured in debt peonage and shit like that. And they don't want to analyze the entire shit. They just want to, this person looks like me. This person fucking talks like me. You know?
Yeah, it's exactly. And that's and I think there's a psychology behind that too, where I think deep down inside, even if they don't know, subconsciously they know that people know they can't change anything. So they want it to look the way they want it, right? Yeah. They go, look, none of that's going to change. Because I talk to some like my parents, right? They're traditional liberals, and they like a lot of the shit I'm saying. Like they like the shit I want, and they're just like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But look at Trump. We can't have Trump, you know. and like the other day, my mom was saying like, Trump is a fascist, and I was like, okay, what fascist do you know where their own state's media hates them? Like, because right now what I'm seeing right now is I see Biden there was a thing that happened today, and I put it in our Discord today. There was a thing that happened today. Biden was deporting like Caribbean immigrants today. There was a plane that had to leave, and actually I will say that Twitter, there were people on Twitter, there was enough Twitter action, that flight got canceled. So stop acting like Biden. Stop acting like Biden can't do shit right now. I hate that thing. But with Biden has the media machine behind him. I'm not going to sit here and say that because I don't use the word fascist lightly. I can't sit here and say, Joe Biden's a fucking fascist dictator. I can't say that. But if there ever was one, they would have the full media support. Because the Washington Examiner, which is a conservative publication, like a real, it's not Washington Post, Washington Examiner was just saying today, this guy was saying like, the Capitol riots reminded me of Al Qaeda. I'm a Wall Street dude. He had he had this wild thing, and I'll pull it up right now. He had the most wild. The writer had like the most tone deaf, weird shit ever. That like I don't know how anybody like fucked with this, bro. Honestly, like it was
fucking insane.
Yeah, he so he says it like this. I'll pull it up right here. I don't know his name. I just took a screen cap of it. He says, I woke up in my Manhattan apartment as a Wall Street law firm associate. We're off to a great start there. On September 12th, 2001, worrying about how America could stop the next attack. I woke up as a combat veteran in my suburban Washington, D.C. house on January 7th, 2021. Equally worried. Equally worried,
bro?
Yeah, equally worried. But I also remember what helped America last time. We defeated Al Qaeda, and we could do the same to the fascist thugs who attacked our democracy last month, but only if we take similar hard measures against the enemy within. And let me say this, bro. Let me say this. It's really funny how the neocon and neolib media, they say the exact same thing with different buzzwords. On the left, it's we're going to take out the Nazis, we're going to take out the Nazis, the fascists, and all that stuff. And on the neocon, they say we're going to take out the thugs, because that's the Antifa. It's basically Antifa and Proud Boys is the two enemies there. Like, and it's nuts, man. Like, because
it's real shit.
You probably don't even remember 9/11, right?
Bro, no, I don't. I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't remember that shit. I remember I was like in 5th, 6th grade. Like, but it was wild, bro. Like I've been wanting to tell this story. Like it was wild. So we had a thing where we got to class. I was listening to Howard Stern with my parents, dude. Like it was crazy. We were listening to Howard Stern, and I thought it was a bit. They were like, oh man, like a plane just hit the White House, and I was like, oh, Howard Stern, he's funny, you know what I mean? Like, or a plane hit the trade towers, and we're like, what? And then my mom's like, let me turn on like real news for a second. Oh shit! And then we're getting ready for school because we're on West Coast, so this is like 7 a.m. like when it happened. So I get to school, and everybody's like, yo, are we gonna get bombed today? Like, what is happening? And our teachers are like, we're gonna do a drill, get under the desk, the earthquake drill style under the desk. Like, we're gonna bar up the doors in case Al Qaeda. We think it's Al Qaeda. We don't know. Comes to us. So fast forward to like a year later, I'm in 7th grade, right, when it happens, and my teacher wheels out, the substitute teacher wheel out TV thing, wheels out the TV, and we're like, this is gonna be a good day. Yo, we literally watched Operation Shock and Awe. The bombing. We watched a bombing in class.
Fuck?
like, and like I'm in 6th grade and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Fuck it, we're not doing work.
Pretty cool, man. Yeah.
I don't care who dies. Like, and it's just night vision bombing, and I'm watching it, and I replay that in my head. I go, dude, we would literally watch like imperialism in class, and this is like in 2003.
Bro. So, dude. I have similar experiences, bro. Cause like I grew up with my dad was in the military, right? Mm-hmm. And so like there will be a lot of shit like, and I feel like that's a reason why I don't trust these motherfuckers as much. Cause I've seen a lot of shit that was like sketchy from this nigga, like not him himself, but you know, the military, like the whole shit, right. A lot of sketchy type shit. And like for a little bit, like I lived when I was 6th and 7th grade, I lived in South Korea, right? And they would always do those same type of drills, right? They put out the alarm and they'd be like, oh, North Korea's gonna fucking attack today, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, get under your desk, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna, we took a trip to the DMZ, the demilitarized zone. Mm-hmm. Cause like, I don't know if a lot of people know, like North and South Korea are still at war.
Yeah.
It's just a peacetime, right? So like, we go there and they're like giving us like hella like they're scaring the shit out of us. They're like, bro, we're gonna go into this room, and if you cross over this part, you're in North Korea. But don't fucking touch the North Korean guard, because if you touch him, he will kill you, and there's nothing we could do about it, right? So I fucking go up to, I was a bold ass little kid, so I didn't give a fuck. Like I'm going over to him. I'm standing next to him, take a picture with him. I'll look in this guy's like glasses. I'll look in his eyes a little bit, and this fucker like looks scared, bro. He looks like he's like the age I was when I graduated high school. And he's just as scared of us as we are of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like another thing. Like, we literally learn imperialism in school. We literally learn imperialism in school. Like how you watch them killing innocent people. You know what I mean?
They said they were going to bomb. I live in Silicon Valley, and we were by kind of like where like an eBay campus was, and they're like, yo, they might hit eBay next. I'm like, wait, they're gonna go from fucking New York to eBay? I was like, yeah, like if that's how old I am, is like the fucking eBay was popping, like just getting started back then. Like,
there was still an eBay campus. Like,
I'd be like, well, let me buy some old Super Nintendo games real fast before that happens. But like,
yo, wait, talking about eBay. Isn't the motherfucker who owns eBay the person who owns either the Intercept or Jacobin, one of those? Like, he's the one who owns the Intercept.
I know that the Intercept is funded by some like dark money billionaire ass dude. Like it's not pretty.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, Silicon Valley is a sick person zone. Like it's right. It's bad. It's bad out here. So any listener knows I talk about that all the time. But the last thing I want to talk to you about, man, and only because I don't get the opportunity to talk about it, I want to talk a little basketball. So all the listeners, and don't worry, all the listeners just left because nobody likes sports on the left. So, but anyways, so the Brooklyn Nets. Would you care to apologize? Would you care to apologize to me for losing my bet the other night because of the Washington Wizards?
Which game was it?
Wizards.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just because I love Kevin Durant. I'm a Warrior fan. I will never slander Kevin Durant. I love him. I absolutely love him.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's cool as shit, dude. I was like, dude, I liked him. I mean, look, I will say when he joined the Warriors, I got it why people didn't like it, but fuck, I was a juice, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit either, bro.
Yeah, no, why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
We took a bad L. And the LeBron fans hated it so much because they didn't get a chance to celebrate. It happened it happened like a month later. It was like, yo, like we got KD now. Like after this one, they were like, what? Now I gotta get mad? Like, it was, but would you care? Would you care to apologize to me on behalf of the Brooklyn Nets for blowing my 3-team parlay? It's the least you can do.
Bro, you know, I'm honestly, I was pissed at that shit, bro. Cause like, I'd be at work, like just looking at the NBA app, like looking at the scores, like all that shit, bro. And I'm like, bro, like y'all niggas really lost. But they beat the Clippers. So if you got any bets on that.
And guess who I bet on? Guess who I bet on? The Clippers.
The Clippers? You bet on the Clippers, bro.
That's the mad. That's the when you get mad at the team, you bet against them the next time and they fuck you up.
Yeah, exactly. And then you fucked up because
oh God. Now that was a raw ass game though. Like just objectively, I was like, yo, this is a sick ass game. Like, and I will say about the Nets, like that is the best offense I've ever seen. The Nets offense.
Oh yeah, for a minute, yeah. Honestly, like
it's better than the Warriors, yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's
because look at this, bro. The Nets beat the Clippers, and the Clippers beat the Lakers, right? Mm-hmm. The Nets beat the Celtics, and the Celtics
like they barely lost to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that was
all
a
these
good one,
teams,
too.
like the Lakers are being built up as like the best team. Like nobody could beat the Lakers. Nobody could take the Lakers, blah, blah, blah. But I genuinely think like, and this niggas gonna like if this gets to like the sports side of Twitter and shit, they're gonna clown me for this. But I genuinely think the Nets is a team that could take the Lakers and they could possibly take the Warriors. You know what I mean? If it gets to that, because they're not, even if their defense is not.
What do you mean
like,
take the? What do you mean take the Warriors? Warriors ain't gonna be in the fucking finals.
Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah. Well,
but like,
you mean
yeah,
better? You mean better than the Dynasty Warriors?
Yes, better than the Dynasty
Ooh,
Warriors. That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right, square up.
If they
Square
trade
up.
certain people.
Square up. Nah, that's it.
But I'm telling you, bro, if they trade certain people, if they trade like if they get a bigger dude at center, like I know no hate to DeAndre Jordan, but they need like a fucking like a fucking Shaq type dude down there. You know what I'm saying? Like if they get somebody like that down low and they just like get their shit together, like I think they could be like how people were talking how when they first traded everybody, like they first traded Kyrie, they first traded James Harden, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, it's gonna be a super team. I knew right off the bat it wasn't gonna be a super team, but I think if they like play their shit right and all these superstars that are there stay there for a good amount of time, they're gonna be one of the best teams in the league.
So you're for sure. Can I get a guarantee from you? They're coming out of the East, winning the East, right? Or win, you know?
If they, I mean, they did beat. I'm pretty sure they beat the Sixers before, right?
Oh,
I think they lost to the Sixers.
They might.
Yeah, that's what I think is the main people who's blocking our way. The Sixers are blocking our way because, like the Bucks. I mean, we could take the Bucks, bro. Like what you know,
Bucks
Giannis.
Frauds,
bro. Exactly, bro. Exactly. They're propped up as these great ass fucking bro. Come on, like we could definitely take the Bucks. The Sixers, I think, is the ones who is really going to give us a hard time, and I like that. I like that the Sixers because it's like that Philly, you know, the Philly versus fucking New York shit. You know what I mean? I love that.
Agreed.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in anything, in sports and rap music and all that shit, Philly versus New York, I love it. So.
Yeah,
you know.
That's a good point. Yeah, and like the only, I mean, it could be Boston against New York too. Don't sleep. I'm just saying Boston, because that's the real rivalry.
Right.
That's the real. They're good. They're not bad. I just watched them last night. I mean, the Warriors aren't great, but they're not bad. And like that, it was a good. It was a good game last night. I was like, man, these guys can play. Like Tatum is a baller, man. Like and Jaylen Brown.
He held his own against LeBron.
And I do you remember a couple years ago when Tatum jammed on him, but then LeBron just ended his life after that.
Yeah.
God. It was his rookie year.
On YouTube recently.
It was his rookie year. It was a game 7. It was I think it was Boston, Cleveland, and Tatum's rookie year. It was just some kind of elimination game. And Tatum, I mean, it was vicious, jammed on LeBron, yelled in his face, and I was like, dude, that was the dumbest thing you could have done there. and then LeBron came out. But you guys don't have LeBron to worry about anymore in the East.
Right.
So Philly is weird, dude, because Embiid, you just don't know what kind of shape he's in. Like he's always like he kind of breaks down like in the playoffs a little bit and they're playing well, but I still think it's gonna be Brooklyn and Boston, and I hope it is because I like that. I like that.
I like that too. Because I love Jason Tatum, bro.
Beast. And
hell yeah.
And then we're big fans on here. And COH as well. We're Kyrie stans. I used to hate Kyrie. I used to hate Cavaliers Kyrie, but I've grown to love him because I mean, how could there be a cooler fucking basketball player that just goes off the grid? Bro. Goes off the grid. He went to Boston with the sage and saged up the garden before to get the bad energy out of there. Like he's my ultimate.
Bro, I'm pretty sure he's anti-vax.
1000%.
Bro, I'm pretty sure he's anti-vax, anti-lockdown, all that shit. Because he couldn't play a couple games because of some bullshit.
Because he went to his dad's birthday party. His dad's birthday party.
Are you kidding me, bro? Like,
yeah, dude, crazy for sure. So he's not getting the COVID vax. He's a vegan, so Crypto Psy, that's going to be his guy for sure. Yeah. Flat Earther, I could take or leave that, but that's fine. That's cool.
That's up for debate. I got a little bit pushback on that, but it doesn't really matter.
If you push too hard, I'll fall off the flat Earth. But but I will say, I grew up. You're too young for him, but Allen Iverson was my guy. I loved Allen Iverson.
Oh my god,
the coldest like ball handler I've ever seen. But I will say, I think Kyrie's better.
Woo! That's a big damn. I've never even like been bold enough to say something like that. And
And I think there's a couple people who might push back with you on that because that nigga's a legend.
A lot.
But I could honestly see it. Like, I don't want to say right now that he's like, his legacy is better than AI's legacy. Because, you know, we got fucking fake accounts using AI as their fucking profile picture.
Guys that wouldn't like what we're talking about today that use AI as their profile picture. Exactly. Maybe that's why I don't like AI as much anymore. But
right.
But yeah.
Oh, you fucking ruined it.
Yeah, goddamn Carl. But no, but I will say, all right, here's my case for AI. And AI, I will say, he never played with LeBron. He never played with LeBron. So you can't say that but AI was like Westbrook in this weird way where I never thought he actually wanted help, where he never wanted help. There's certain players, certain stars where they're like, help, what am I going to do? Like, look at Harden. He never worked. Westbrook never worked. I'm sorry, not Harden. Harden's doing awesome with the Nets, but Westbrook. Westbrook, when it was with Harden, he was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this guy? Like, I'm getting
right.
You know, and I was similar in that way, right? His teams were like Samuel Dallenberg, kind of like random ass dudes, like that were whatever, and he would carry them to like the conference finals or the finals, right? But Kyrie. There was in 2016 when the Warriors lost 3-1 to Cavaliers. I was scared of LeBron, of course. Why wouldn't I be scared of LeBron? The chase down block, everybody remembers it. It's one of the greatest plays ever in the history of that. One of the greatest plays ever. I may or may not have cried. Its sources have not confirmed that. But the fucking Kyrie, dude, those shots when he's on. Every shot it goes in. It doesn't matter.
It's true, bro.
You could foul him. You could push him into the fucking bleachers, and he'll still lay it in with that little English off the glass. And he hit that clutch shot in the finals. He had that crazy like 10-point run in 2 minutes in the finals. I never saw AI do that. So
damn. Honestly, now that you're making the case for this,
and he's young,
I might
he's not
be
done.
open to it.
He's not done.
Real shit.
Yeah, and
that's real shit.
Takes better care of his body, dude. AI was so rich and so careless. He used to go on trips to Europe and just leave all his clothes there and just buy new shit. Like he would just be like, yeah, and he would leave the car, everything, and just be like he was. Dude, Kyrie is he's based. I mean, his pineal gland is decalcified. Like he's a beast.
Yeah, man. Exactly. He's a materialist, bro. Like exactly. Fucking AI kind of started. I mean, you don't want to count out Dennis Rodman and shit like that, but. Fucking AI kind of started like the whole fucking baller culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if you remember like
culturally
NBA ballers, like the video game. AI started all that shit. You know what I mean? Like so, but like culturally, like Kyrie Irving's never gonna live up to it.
Never.
But
never.
Game wise, you're 100% right. Kyrie Irving is definitely gonna overtake AI.
If he wants to, and he might not want to, and he might not want to, and I'll respect it if he doesn't. But I swear to God, that guy is a demon when he's on, dude. Like I just saw it in the Clippers game. I watched the Clippers game. He took over at the end. I was like, what do you do? And it gave me flashbacks, a little anxiety, honestly. I said, what do you do, man? So it was like
flashbacks, just like flashbacks, like AOC in the Capitol, bro. It's like, oh shit, like it's trauma, bro. Like,
yes, that's how I felt. I'm about to go on IG Live and be like, and then I saw him, okay, and then LeBron blocked the shot, and it just reminded me of one of those moments. And
when you're thinking, and all these thoughts just come through your
I couldn't
brain,
even concentrate on Game of Thrones after, okay, and so the we can't have LeBron win this year. That's all I'm going to say. We just cannot have it.
Cannot.
I don't know if there's listeners that are Laker fans. That's fine. It just is what it is. Rest in peace, Kobe. And here's the thing: I hated Kobe growing up. I hated him, but it was a respect.
Really?
I'm a Warrior fan.
He
terrorized us, bro. It wasn't a hate. Like I hate the guy. It was I hate how good he was. I was like, this guy's
how good he is. Yeah,
bro. The triple teamed, and he's just does a fadeaway and just knocks it down. You're like, what? And you'd have that like kind of that swagger to him, and he was a monster. I saw his whole career. I was 6 years old when he got drafted, bro. Like I saw his entire career, and just like. Wow. And dude, like I was really fucking sad when he went, dude. I was just like, man, like when that shit happened, I was like, dude, it's what we're going on like a year. It was just the other day was like the year of it. Oh, man.
It's crazy, bro. People who didn't even watch basketball like that were shook over that shit. And like that shows like I mean, on one hand, like keeping it to the like, the materialist shit, blah blah. Like these people are celebrities and all that, whatever. But like
certain of these people do have like an impact on all of our like lives, and especially like for me growing up, like playing basketball every fucking day, yelling Kobe when you're shooting the fucking trash in the trash can. Everybody in my family played basketball. Like my little sister plays basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like all of us wanted to replicate Kobe's game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit is crazy.
He was unbelievable, man. He was unbelievable. He couldn't rap, but other than that, he was unbelievable. And it was, dude, that was sad. And it just feels fucking weird that LeBron went to take over for him. You don't see that with the Yankees. Somebody trying to take over for Derek Jeter. You don't see that shit, bro. Like it's like, yo, do that. Like I said, go to like Denver Nuggets or some shit and like make them make them great. You know what I'm saying? Like make them great. Like you could have been Ohio when that shit happened. I was like, dude, fuck this, man. But right on, bro.
Do we have time? Because I want to like, do you watch football at all?
Oh hell yeah! Come on.
Of course you do. Yeah, sports guy. So
Jesus
what do you think about the Super Bowl matchup?
Well, okay, Super Bowl lines. What you said? You said what? Sorry, Super Bowl lines.
Oh, what do you think about the Super Bowl matchup? Like Chief Keef
Chief Keef. Yeah, I bet on Chief Keef. Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'll never bet against Sosa, man, ever, not once.
Not never.
Yeah.
Yo, what? Side note, I made a tweet. You know the bitches love Sosa intro, right? Where it's like all these bitches talking about Chief Keef. I made a parody tweet of that replacing Chief Keef with Alex Jones, and it flopped, and I'm mad about that. So I want all your listeners to fucking know that I had a pretty good fucking tweet talking about like Alex Jones and all that shit, and it flopped, and I'm mad about that shit. So
I didn't see it because I would have been on. That's my MK Ultra trigger if I hear fucking Alex Jones and Chief Keef. Yeah, why didn't I figured people would love that shit, but I only got one like. It's the worst when that happens. It's the worst. It's always the good ones that bang or the weak ones that bang. But yeah, nonetheless, the Super Bowl matchup, Chiefs and Buccaneers. So I'm a Raider fan. I'm a lowly Raider fan. But
so you hardcore Bay Area, bro. I respect.
Hey man, all my teams used to play in the same parking lot. All of them. Damn. Now the Raiders are in Vegas, Warriors are in San Francisco, and it's just the A's there now. But they used to play in the same parking lot. I've been diehard since there. But I hate Tom Brady. Tom Brady ruined my life in 2001. Always have. I hate him. Can't stand him. I can't stand the Kansas City Chiefs. They're in the division. So, it was basically like those were the two matchups I never wanted. That was Biden versus Trump. I didn't want that matchup.
Damn.
And Antonio Brown is on the fucking Buccaneers, and he fucking ruined the Raider. He made a spectacle out of us last year. So I'm like, it's all bad. But I think I gotta go with Tampa Bay, man. I gotta go Tom Brady. I might have to because I just can't have the Chiefs become this new dynasty because Brady's already the GOAT. If he adds one more, like what I mean, what's gonna happen?
Right. What is it? Right. Yeah. Exactly.
If he adds one more.
For me, I'm going with the Chiefs because I'm gonna get this out there. I'm a Cowboys fan. We're a Cowboys family, right? Which is embarrassing as fuck, right? So I'm a Cowboys family.
You're still my friend. Yeah, you're still my friend. So
hey, there we go. Hell yeah. But I'm a Cowboys fan. But my girlfriend, her mom is from like Wisconsin, and like they're hardcore Packers fan. Right?
Oh yeah,
hardcore Packers. She's a fucking cheesehead. Like, and when Packers won over, I can't remember who they won over before they played
Rams. They beat the Rams.
Yeah, and she was dressing her entire Green Bay Packers shit and all that shit, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go Packers, let's fucking go. And so when the Bucks beat the Packers, I'm like, okay, fuck Tom Brady, let's go Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, and I like this little dude, like who's the QB for the Chiefs again?
Mahomes, fucking
Mahomes, my boy.
He's so good,
my fucking boy, bro. I want him to start a legacy. We're a little against odds, but
no, I just wanted him to do it on another team. I have nothing against the guy. He's on that team as an institution. Right. I can't stand it. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's, I'm like I said, there's good police officers. I'm sure, like guys that I might be cool with, but I'm just not a big fan of the police, man. That's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. And I will say about the Packers, the season ticket, they are fan owned as a team, so that's always been cool to me.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they don't. Well,
I might be a Packers fan now, bro.
I will say,
yeah, none of it's like really. Yeah.
It's. I mean, there's definitely some people pulling strings, obviously, but like I'm just saying, they definitely have like the fans are the most involved in their ownership. I'll put it that much. In there. Fire. So and Aaron Rodgers is a beast, dude. I love Aaron Rodgers.
Hell yeah,
California guy too. So the cool part is Tom Brady's like from like 30 miles from where I live, and I still can't fuck with him. So yeah, he's like, yeah, I can't, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he kisses his like 10-year-old son on the fucking mouth, bro. I can't fuck with that.
Well, that's for the adrenochrome to come in. That's the thing. Yeah, he's 43, still winning.
Peter Thiel put him on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not even a kid. That's just a vessel for adrenochrome. That kid doesn't exist. But yeah, that's long story short. That's why I gamble, right? I got to get something out of this. So that's why I gamble. I got to get something out of this. I can't bet against Brady in the Super Bowl, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes just got it done, man. Like I wouldn't be surprised. He's a beast, dude. What he did last year to the Niners, which I respected. I'm not gonna lie. Niners Raiders is that's a
hardcore shit, right?
It's a turf. That's all like a coworker war. Is that one? Like that's like it's bad. Like it's bad. So yeah, I'm gonna go with. I think the Chiefs will win. I want Tampa to win. So that's what I'm gonna get at. But
there you go.
Man, I appreciate you joining me, man. I appreciate you joining me. You filled in. You're like a sixth man, but you had to start today.
Hell yeah. So, I came in. I balled like 30 points, bro.
You did. You're I know you guys traded him, but like a Karis LeVert kind of guy, like just a beast.
Exactly. There we go. I still respect him.
Yeah, he's that's what you did. You came in. First person I thought of. I was like, you know what? We need to get Chef on, man. We need to get Chef on. We planned on it anyways. But I
appreciate that, bro.
Just again, in case people, didn't hear the first part or anything, just promote anywhere where they could find you, find your music, anything like that. Just lay it on them.
All right. So I'm on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all that shit as Chef CJB. One word. Don't put no spaces or anything. I'm on Instagram as that. Also, I'm on Twitter as what is my Twitter?
Is it Where Are You Chef?
Where Are You Chef? Yeah, it's Where Are You Chef.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at it, but yeah.
You're fucking fake though. No, I'm just kidding. Find me on Twitter at Where Are You Chef. That's where all my shit is. I'm gonna start like writing. Like I want to write like pieces, but not like shit like journalist shit. I want to write like fucking. I don't know, like what is the allegory the right word? Like stories that I explain how shit's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're talking about a manifesto, man. He's gonna do some crazy shit, guys. Watch out.
Let's go.
No, that's good. Go. Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. Please.
Hell yeah. So just be on the lookout for that shit.
Yeah. And like I said, you can hear him every time you listen to this show. We can hear you. That's the good part about that. Every single time. It's got our theme song. It's critical acclaim already. The critics don't even. They can't write enough positive words about it.
Let's go.
So next week with us, I feel confident announcing Crypto Sci should be back next week. We should have Alex G on for her return next week. One of the goats, just one of the goats. She's blowing up. Actually, check out her interview on. It's called I believe it's called the Unheard, but HERD. It's a British lockdown, anti-lockdown thing. They're verified, massive. She did a video interview with them. It's crazy. So she's blowing up, but she's gonna agree to come on. We're gonna talk about Gavin Newsom, all kinds of shit like that next week. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Glen Rockney. Crypto Sci's not here. He's at Crypto PSI. This is at Rare Candy Pod 1. Appreciate you guys listening. Chef, thank you once again.
Hell yeah. Thank you. And can I drop one more gem? Just because I know this is the end. I'm sorry.
Do it.
For any of the lefties that are still listening after we talked about sports, I'm pretty sure there's common knowledge out here, right? And I've been waiting to come on a podcast and say this shit because I know a lot of y'all niggas been having troubles with this motherfucker. Like, Carl Bazier is not Carl Bazier. Like, I hope everybody knows that. Like, that account is not, there's no person named Carl Bazier, right? So, like, that account is ran by 2 or 3 other people who are like leftoids and stuff like that. Yeah. So you could look it up. It's on Twitter. It's basic information. And exactly. But here's my thing, bro. Like I don't have anything to lose, right? So I'm like,
be in the streets and shit. So like, I don't care, bro. Like, fuck that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody who's
all three of them.
Shit,
yeah,
right?
all three of them. Yeah.
Bro, all three of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to drop a banger so that people will remember this episode by you know, everything we talked about, but especially that. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah. And shout out to anybody who did listen to the sports conversation, because that is my ultimate psyop that I'm running here. So I'm trying to get the apolitical sports people to become materialist, populist, economic first.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Chef, I appreciate you. We're gonna, that's it, man.
Let's go. Hell yeah. Facts. Let's go.